Hello, my name is Murray Wilkinson, and today I'd like to talk about some of the secrets of forming good habits in life to create success. More than 40% of the actions we perform every day are not the result of conscious action, but rather unconscious, or what we term in our business as autopilot exercises. We just go through the motions. The power of changing habits lies in the power of changing our daily routines, because we are often what we repeatedly do. In fact, our life could be described as becoming a mass of smaller habits. Habits have the potential to do harm as well as good. Initial habits have very little hold over us, but over time, with constant repetition, they become ingrained and they become strengthened. Warren Buffett once stated that the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. It was once stated that your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits determine your destiny. So how can you change self-sabotaging habits that are getting in the way of you achieving your goals? There's an old Chinese proverb that states that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree was now. The same goes for investing, saving, or paying down debt. The best time was 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. The hardest step is always the first. Don't wait until you're motivated, because motivation in itself is often overrated. Nike's slogan for life probably best sums it up. You've just got to do it. Waiting for inspiration is like asking firewood to give you heat before you're prepared to strike the match to start the flame. Apart from being incredibly disempowering, it puts you at the whims of emotion, sentiment, and it puts you in the passenger seat of life. So often the first step is actually easier done than said. Action is the best cure for apathy, and the longer we delay, the harder it feels to get started. So what I'd like to talk about now is the cumulative effect, or what we call in the business, compounding. Albert Einstein once described compounding as the eighth wonder of the modern world. The things that create success in the long run are usually the culmination of a whole host of smaller things occurring time and time again. If you don't exercise today, you won't suddenly die. For that matter, you won't suddenly put on extra weight, and you won't lose all your muscle tone. But if you compound that over time, it will ruin your health. The same applies to every aspect of your life, including your financial matters. The core principle of consistency is that the impact of your choices, good or bad, may not show up for months or years, but show up they will. The chickens always come home to roost, and you'll reap what you sow. So while it's an inconvenient truth, it is the truth nevertheless. So if you're not experiencing the level of success and momentum that you believe you should be at this time of life, then perhaps it lies in some decisions you've made previously. But momentum is the key indicator. And the good news is that the choices that you make going forward can be compounded forward to create a better life for yourself in the future. With the financial year almost upon us, it is time to reset the sails. If you're not sure as to where you're headed, then, as was often said in the fable, any road will take you there. But if you're sure of where you're headed and you need assistance in terms of a heads up on what to do, then feel free to actually contact us. Committing to some meaningful outcomes, making some goals, doing a budget, planning some travel, committing to savings, or simply restarting your superannuation are all good starters. But the one thing we do know is that if you go on doing the same thing, expecting a different result, then that certainly is the definition of insanity. I'd like to wish you a good afternoon from Future Gen Solutions, and if we can help you at all, feel free to contact us.